to another chapter of the We're so happy to be here.
And we've advanced. We have now microphones. We feel like we're in
Yeah.
this real big studio. So we hope they work.
Yeah.
And we are here recording, and it's right before Hanukkah.
Right.
And we were going to talk about Hanukkah and Christmas and how they both influence us.
Wonderful.
Amazing.
Okay. So I'll kick out. I'll start this off by my daughter getting really excited about a new Christmas song by Elton John and Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
And she just loved it, and she played it again and again. And I was getting the creeps. It's a beautiful song. I'm not saying it's a really nice song. Look it up. But I don't know. There's something about celebrating Christmas that really rubs me the wrong way. But I didn't really grow up a lot in that atmosphere, because when I was 6.5, I already moved here.
Right.
So I got to like experience a little bit, times when I went back to the States, but you grew up.
Oh my God.
In a very different way. So tell us a little bit about it.
So first, my son came home a while ago. He's learning to play the flute. And thank God he has actually made progress. We can actually tell what a song is as opposed to some sort of endless noise. But he comes home, he says, I learned a new song today. And I said, okay. And it's the first few notes. And I'm going, okay, stop. He says, what's bell? In Hebrew, it was called Hamuni, bells.
Yeah.
And I'm going, I know the song. He says, how do you know the song? I said, I grew up on the song. And it's so indoculated into me that this time of year, I automatically start humming Christmas songs. Automatically, like I'll go like, jingle bells, jingle bells. And it's good music, but you're just thrown into it. And you feel like an outsider. It's very pretty, all the Christmas lights. It's very pretty. It's very pretty. We used to go around, driving around, and it's cold and it's winter, and you see all these lights. Beautiful. And today what you can do with all the lights and, all the computers, it's gorgeous. But you just feel like a stranger because you're not celebrating it. It's like this global party and you're not part of it.
Yeah.
And then, they have all these trees. Everybody has these trees and this presents. And you got this one little candle. So when I came to Israel, like I told my son, I said, this is a Christmas song. And it's fine, but I didn't come to Israel to hear Christmas music.
Right.
And I actually called up his music teacher. And I said to him, I don't know if you know this. You're teaching my kid Christmas songs. And for a long time, I actually felt that there was like this lack of Jewish pride. Like we were all like, we all hear this Christmas music, and there was no Jewish music to counteract it. Do you remember the Maccabees?
Yeah, sure.
What was it? The first one that they did. No. For Hanukkah.
Yeah.
Tell, right? They hit like 16 million views. And you see the comments going, and all of a sudden there's like, oh, thank God, now there's a Jewish song on a global level that, I can relate to. And that's awesome. That's, awesome.
But they also, like they did, they took the music is non-Jewish, not Jewish music.
Right.
I mean, they took a popular song and they make the words Jewish.
Right.
And I think that's like, when we talk about like Hanukkah, so it's like a clash of cultures, a clash of the Western culture and the Jewish culture. And what happened back then, there were a lot of Jewish people going Western and changing their names into Greek names, because that was like the top of Western culture, and doing Greek stuff and playing on the Olympics or whatever. And that was wrong, because they were like deserting their own culture.
Right.
And what the Maccabees did was like the opposite. It's like taking the Western culture and bringing
it back in. Yeah.
to the Jewish.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't try to become Western culture.
Right.
It's like, we're going to use the tools of Western culture in Jewish culture.
Right.
And that's, I think, it says also in Bereshit, it says about Yefet, which is the father of Greek. It says Yaft Elohim leYefet v'yishkon bo alei Shem. That Hashem gave Yefet. Yefet means beautiful. It gave them beauty.
Right.
But it will reside in the tents of Shem, which is like the father of the Hebrew nation. So
you're saying beauty in Judaism,
the
has
Western
its
beauty
source.
should have a place inside our culture as well.
Beautiful.
It's not
like
only meant to be like something, because I think like the Western concept is like sort of like detached from
God,
also from yourself.
Okay,
you know,
that's interesting.
It's like people do, like today we see it, like people do operations on themselves.
Right.
It's like taking yourself apart and remaking yourself physically. That's like
That's
crazy.
interesting. That's interesting what you're saying. That you
sort of like you have to be really detached.
That you worship like
an
yourself
ideal
or your
of
body,
beauty,
right?
that exists
That
sometimes
doesn't really,
outside of yourself.
That doesn't even exist. It doesn't exist. Like if you take all these filters and people who photograph themselves and they say, okay, this is what I want to look like. It's not a real thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't look real.
And you're not connected to you.
I love that. That's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
How did we get to that?
I don't know. But so now that we're in Israel, I love, you know what I love? I love seeing, you know, the dark houses and that little Chanukah. I love, and I love seeing, you know, it's Sukkot time, all the sukkahs, but Hanukkah, it's just like, you know, you go for a walk and everybody loves lights and menorah. Everybody, even the stores, people who say, oh, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in, everybody lights Hanukkah. And I think it's just, you know, it's a time of darkness, it's cold, and all you want to do is get under your pillow, under your blankets with your pillow, and you just see this little Chanukiah in the darkness, and everybody lights one. Yes, Jewish pride.
Yeah. And I think also about Hanukkah, it's a very simple light.
Ooh, okay.
And you can light Hanukkah lights out of any kind of oil. It doesn't matter what the base is. It's the light, and it could be very dim. It could be very small, like you said. It could be like big torches. That also goes. Everything goes.
Right.
And there's something about it. I as a kid already, I loved staring at the light. It mesmerized me.
Yes.
It's like there's something about a candle being lit that totally connects to our soul. Also in Jewish culture, we say Ne Hashem Nishmat Adam, that the soul of a person is like the candle of God.
I love that.
And also Rav Kook has about this, that he says that each person has their own candle inside, and no candle is like anybody else's candle, and you should just like focus on that and light your own light.
I like that. You know, it's interesting because I was reading this book. It's called Funny in Farsi. She's from Iran, and she moved to America, and she talks about her life as an Iranian American. So, you know, she says, you know, the Jewish people, you know, there's other religions and cultures outside of Christianity. And you know, you feel like an outsider if you're not celebrating Christmas. But, you know, Jewish people at least have Hanukkah. So we can feel sorry for our Muslim counterparts.
They don't have Hanukkah.
They don't have Christmas. They don't have Hanukkah. They don't have anything. They're just, you know, sitting there going, okay, there's a global party here, but
it's interesting that in the darkest time of the year, that we have a holiday of light.
Oh yeah, Yeah.
And I think that also connects to what we do as people in our professional life, is to teach people that even in your darkest time, you can find light.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Give it
You
up.
can celebrate light.
Yeah.
And that, you know, if you don't find it, you light it up.
But we've talked about this. It's also a choice. It's an active choice to, you know, if we want to use an allegory, to light the candle.
Right.
You know, you can be in a dark and make the choice to light the match, to strike the match. And then you become lit up. Your entire environment becomes lit up, but also you're lighting the way for other people.
Right.
You know, like if you light your own fire, you light other people's fire along the way.
I like that. Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. We're lighting everybody's fires.
Light a candle with you now.
Tell me about, like, when it's like a very family moment, like lighting candles. So tell me about that moment in your house. Like, how does it happen? What happens? And the spark, the magic.
It's kind of hard to get everybody down here to light candles. We're lighting candles, come on. So it's not very magical. It's not very magical. Did this one come down? Did she disconnect from her phone and come down? But really, when we light the candles, so okay, first of all, we're disconnected from our phones, which is amazing.
Love it. Yes.
And we sing together and we look at the light together. And usually that's about time for dinner. So then we have dinner together. And we have a custom on Hanukkah. We try to do it every year. It's called You're the Light. And we have each member of the family stand up on a stool.
Ooh, okay.
And then we tell them the light in them. We sing them Ata O, Kenata O, which means you're the light, you're the light.
I love that. I love that.
So we like doing that. Last year we didn't do it, but maybe this year we'll do it again. But we've been doing like since the kids are pretty small.
Oh, amazing.
And each person finds something that's light in their sibling or their
Oh,
parent.
I love that.
So that's beautiful. A very nice thing.
That's awesome.
I recommend. How about you?
So first of all, I mean, I grew up that dinner is a family event, and you come to Israel, and I had to explain that concept to Yaakov, because in Israel, like, people go off to yeshiva and opana, and the father's at work, and this, and dinner is not a family event. So, like, naturally, because you have to light candles at a certain time, and you have to be at a certain time. So everybody's home, and it's nice because then you get that family time. Yeah. So what do? We light until we finish singing. You know, you only get that half an hour break, right? Women aren't allowed to work for half an hour, so you only get that half an hour break. So until we're finished singing, we're finished, the whole thing. There's your half an hour. And then it's dinner time, like I said, and we eat. Sometimes we play games. Sometimes we talk about other people and how they are wonderful and how they are inspiring us. There's usually like a family, like limud, like a learning that we do around the candles. There's always somebody that says, can I take a picture? So we have a gazillion amounts of pictures, because every year we have to take a gazillion amounts of pictures. And interestingly enough, you never get bored of it. You know, like, oh, and we did this already. Like, you know, we already have the, but it's every single year we have that. And it's just family time, like calm. There are people who have, you know, their attitudes and whatever, but just like time of calm and being with the family. You know, like being together. Yeah. So
I want to ask you about like Hanukkah gelt, Hanukkah gifts.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, we grew up, like, I'll put it straight. My parents weren't very religious when they met each other. Like the first Hanukkah they did together, we have a picture commemorating that. My father brought home a Hanukkah bush. So we grew up that we got presents every night of Hanukkah.
Okay.
And then at a certain stage, my parents were not doing well financially, so we got really shitty gifts. We told our parents, give us at least even a half a shekel is better than getting a pencil as a gift, you know? So that like started deteriorating
Okay.
during the years.
What do you
And
guys do now?
also, well, we give them money.
Okay.
At
Every
least-
night?
No, not every night. Like at least once. Sometimes they get from their grandparents gifts. My mom still does the gifts thing whenever she can. But
That's a lot of gifts.
yeah, it's a lot of gifts, and so there are a lot of cheap gifts.
Right.
What about you?
When we grew up, also my parents weren't financially like millionaires. There was always one or two presents. It wasn't, you know, like you look back on your life and you say, okay, what have I done right? And some of the things that my parents did, okay, yay, we'll take what, and some things like you want to improve on it.
Okay.
So one of the things that I'm so glad that we've improved on is that family time. You know, like I remember growing up and okay, we would light the candle and things like, and okay, everybody goes like to their own little thing. And we made it a mission that, you know, everybody stays hooked. So they don't like all the songs and they don't like sometimes all the, so we didn't get money. We got maybe one or two presents. I try to give my kids presents every night.
Wow.
But it gets expensive.
Yeah.
And it gets time consuming. And so I consider a present like chocolate money. You know, there'll be a day where you get chocolate money. This year, everybody's coming back, like all my married kids and whatever. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to play the dreidel, which is fun.
Nice.
Yeah, with money. And then, you know, like if you put in like 10 agorot, everybody puts in 5 shekels of 10 agorot, then you have a lot of agorot, but it's not a lot of money. I, you know, people tell me about like all these amazing Christmas presents that you get, and I never got big Hanukkah presents, even though like there were people that did, you know, like
we did in the beginning, like when my parents could still afford it.
You got big presents.
Yeah.
Like what?
Like roller skates.
Die.
That I really wanted. Stuff like that. We got
wow. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I think it's like, I don't know where it came from, because I know that the tradition of giving money on Hanukkah is like more ancient than the gifts. And the gifts is, I think more like an American, Canadian thing, because
we have Christmas.
Neighbors are having Christmas and getting gifts, so our kids should not feel like they're
right. You know, in Chabad they have a minhag that you get money, and then the money that you use, you go buy books. So then you buy like books, and then that's like, you know, that's what you use your Hanukkah money for. Nice. I think there is something beautiful about that, like that you go.
That's actually I did that with my kids, because there's always a sale on Hanukkah in Stimatsky near Rosh Hashanah. They have this big place. And they could buy books like for 10 shekels, 20 shekels, 30 shekels. And they buy comic books and stuff like that.
But they're buying books.
They're buying books.
Yeah.
That's what they do with their Hanukkah money.
I love that. What about going to Eilat? That's like the trend in our circles. You know, you have Eilat.
Yeah, I always wish I could afford it. But with such a big family, it's like, okay, only if we bring sacks and we sleep on the beach or something like that, you know. And we can't afford that right now. But I like it. It's a very great place to do vacation. I'm not sure I would like to go on Hanukkah.
No, I'm talking on Hanukkah in Eilat.
Yeah. I don't like crowds.
Yeah.
But whoever can afford it, go for it, enjoy it. You know.
I think I don't think I would want to go for Hanukkah to Eilat. I would like to go to Eilat, period.
Yeah.
No connection to, but I think I want everybody coming home to me.
It's
Everybody
nice,
to
nice
be
being
at home.
Yeah. Also, another thing that I do on Hanukkah is I fry a lot.
Show me a Jewish mother that does not fry a lot.
Rabbi Yamima says that it's an ancient segula. How do you say segula? Merit?
Protection, charm.
Charm.
Okay, charm. Okay.
Charm. From the father of the Rambam, Rabbi Maimon.
Okay.
And he says if you fry a lot, you're going to be very wealthy.
In your hips and your stomach, maybe.
Yeah, yeah. So just in case.
Does it work?
I don't know. I feel I'm a very wealthy person in many ways.
Oh, amen, amen.
Sometimes I feel that in the bank as well, but not necessarily.
Yeah, that's the bank's
But
problem.
also, it's comfort food. You know,
yeah,
all the donuts and the sufganiyot and we do a lot of frying.
I think we're coming to your house. Everybody, we're all showing up at Yael Shoshani's house. We get into sufganiyot like Rosh Chodesh, right? And then you start baking it, you frying it. By the time Hanukkah comes, you're just like,
no, I haven't made anything yet.
Really?
I bought my daughter a course to make them, and she hasn't been making them yet. So I'm safe.
Hello, it's Hanukkah time. Let's go.
She'll do it eventually, and if not, I'm gonna have to fry.
Did you see? Not connection, and we're just giving free advertising here, but Rotem Eisenhammer's sufganiyot. Did you see those?
No.
Oh my God. I just look at that thing and I'm going, oh my God, I'm gaining weight just looking at the damn. It was like this concoction of like, oh my God, you're just like.
I don't know why it has become so, fancy. Because I don't know, do we really need all these chocolate fancy stuff?
They look so good though.
They look good.
They look so good.
I heard some tips about eating.
Okay.
That you, first of all, don't eat the crappy ones.
Oh, like if you're gonna get fat and clog your arteries, go for the goal, baby.
Go for the best. And that makes a lot of sense to me. Because when you eat a crappy one, like in the Hanukkah party and the guys, and they're like, ew, why am I eating this? And you feel terrible during it. So choose like a nice one. Okay. And I like that. Make a moment out of it.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it.
Enjoy every bite of it.
Amazing.
And I think really Hanukkah, there's a point to being in the moment. It's not okay, you light candles and you go do your things, like you said, you make a moment out of it. You look at the candles, you meditate a little bit, you're just being there
in the moment.
And I think if we, even with the fried foods, if we really spend the time enjoying it, it won't be like regular eating when you don't even notice sometimes what you're eating, if you're eating like while you're watching something, so you don't even know what you ate.
Right.
There's no registration that you even ate it.
Just on the scale afterwards.
Yeah. And just being in the moment is something that I take from Hanukkah.
Oh, I like that.
Because they decided to light the menorah that they found in the temple. And they didn't know they were going to have a miracle.
Right.
They said it's just for one night.
Love it.
And we're probably going to have to wait another 7 days or 8 days to have new holy oil. But they said, okay, even if it's just for now, let's light it.
I love that. I love that. I love that.
So just being in the moment.
Okay.
That's what I'm taking from Hanukkah. And what are you taking from Hanukkah?
Oh, okay. What am I taking from Hanukkah? There's a time saved by the bell.
put a timer so we don't go too much off course. You know?
What am I going to take from Chanukah? I think so. So there's politics, right? You know, family politics.
Okay.
So I think that I'm just going to take the enjoyment of my family being together, and I'm just going to enjoy it. And I'm not going to let the politics destroy the atmosphere, the emotions, and the moment.
That's amazing. I
God
love
willing.
that. I love that.
So,
So,
first of all, happy Chanukah to everybody.
happy Hanukkah, like us.
And to those that are celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And if you're Muslim, I hope you have a holiday, because really this is
Light a candle. Light a candle. Anyone can just light a candle and meditate and look at the light and think about your holy soul inside, because we all have holy souls.
Definitely.
And light a candle.
Totally. We will be back next week, and we'll tell you how our Chanukah is progressing. And till then, enjoy life.
Yeah.
And we will see you next week on
The
Shmoozing.